My name is Minister Terry Scott, coming to you with some words of encouragement. I want to talk to you about putting the devil on the run. As I was reading James 4, verse 7 and 8, I was reminded that the Lord and the devil cannot reside in the same place. In verse 7, submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil and he will flee from you. In other words, after salvation, Satan's eviction notice is issued, and the person, when steadfastly resists the devil, eventually he moves out. But we're not safe having an empty house because our nature causes us to put something else in it. For Luke 11, verse 24 and 26 says, when an evil spirit leaves a person, it goes into the desert searching for rest. But when it finds none, it says, I'll return to the person I came from. So it returns and finds that its former home is all swept and in order. Then the spirit finds 7 other spirits more evil than itself, and they all enter the person and live there. And so that person is worse off than before. Now, in order for this to happen, the person must have stopped resisting and began resting. You cannot rest on getting the word of God because Satan wants to return to what he believes is his place, and this time he's bringing his cousins with him. Why will resistance cause the devil to flee? Because he knows he cannot have victory over us if we are prepared to do battle against him. So how do we put the devil on the run? James 4 verse 8, come close to God and God will come close to you. Wash your hands, you sinners, purify your hearts, for your loyalty is divided between God and the world. In other words, when you resist, he leaves. You must move towards God. Resisting the devil must be accompanied by submitting to God. While his spirit already lives within those who believe in him, it is evident that we can walk according to the world, the devil, and the flesh. But if, on the other hand, we are being filled or controlled by his spirit, then he bears fruit in us according to Galatians 5, verse 22 and 23. Paul puts it this way, let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, Colossians 3, verse 16. As we focus less on ourselves and more on him, we can be more submissive to him. Now, this seems to be the idea behind what it means to draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. James 4, verse 8. As we align our priorities, our desires, thoughts, and behaviors with God, which God prescribes, we find that we are walking with him. This is what Jesus talked about in John 15 when he told his disciples they should abide in him, John 15, verse 4. The beauty about salvation is that once saved, you may occasionally throw a party and let Satan in. But the party won't last forever, therefore your residence won't become again a permanent place for the devil. It will be by conviction and submitting to God that every time he returns, you can remind him of his eviction notice that cannot be reestablished because he has no longer a place to reside in you. Now, as you continue to live for Christ, you will begin to lessen the number of times he shows up in your life because he cannot dwell where God dwells. So I encourage you that there will come a time when you don't have to worry about him ever showing up in your lifestyle again. In the meantime, as a believer, our job is to continue to live for God and live less for ourselves. It is also good for us to see the simplicity of what God is asking us to do. He is asking for simple, committed, quiet fellowship with him. God is in no way trying to complicate things for us, and he hasn't made walking with him burdensome. He reminds us that we need to draw near to him, and he will draw near to us. So I encourage you to put the devil on the run by resisting him, and he will flee, and draw near to God so he can be near to thee. Thank you, and God bless you.